somebody. I can do what me want to my body. Nah, look nothing too deep anymore. See me there, I broke it down on the dance floor. Baby, I'm only here for a night, and you only get one invite. You know the thing good give life. I'm only here for a night. You better know if you slip, you're gon' slide. One chance to set the mood right. Just one night to work me out, work me out. This exercise and burn me out. Keep it quiet but turn me up, turn me up. Just one night to work me out. This exercise and burn me out. Keep it quiet but turn me up, turn me up. Just one night to work me out. Bad girl come burn me out. Pretty lady when they come from here for the night. Rendezvous when you want more. Set my gun on the dresser. Bad be a blesser. Girl come walk to the song. But baby girl we not there for long. Just one night baby give me some more. Work you out. Come back girl I come burn you out. Deep inside I come turn you out. Work you out. I go run it up. I go turn you up. Turn you up. Yeah bad girl I come work you out. Baby girl I wanna see you in your finest. Make you put that thing really up behind us. For a night, and you only get one invite. You know the thing good give life. I'm only here for a night. You better know if you slip, you're gon' slide. One chance to set the mood right. Just one night to work me out, work me out. This exercise and burn me out. Keep it quiet but turn me up, turn me up. Just one night to work me out. This exercise and burn me out. Keep it quiet but turn me up, turn me up. Just one night to work.
Fly nigga couldn't tell me nothing different homes. And I be good to the fat women singing no. I'm trying to find life's meaning up in this Patron. I'm taking women to heaven and then I take them home. I'm waking up with something 20-something fly shit. On that stunt shit, all the new designer shit. Word, she say she love me but she lying. Shit, I'm lying too. Told that bitch I love her for her mind. Well that's quite true, that's a move. Head game, level boo. Bust that pussy open, turn that sofa to a fucking pool. I'm playing Cody, smoking stogies, make the rhythm better. I'm looking good in everything, but she look good and love her. Call me cocky, I love it. Baby father, a sucker. I'm long at denim. I ain't talking no rock on Republic. I don't
switch up the pace a little bit. Put something chilled on. All right. Well, let's move that. It's over here. What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's up? What's up? Let me get my stuff together. All right. Gold had a lovely push, didn't it? Okay. Right, back to gold. So let's start with the daily. Gold on the daily time frame is currently bullish. We broke yesterday's high. In fact, this morning when it opened, it actually gapped up like, I want to say 30 pips or so. Anyway, we had a little gap up during Asian session. You know, we pushed up a little bit. We dropped during London session, and now we pushed right back up again into this daily resistance where we've tapped, and now it looks like we're pulling back a bit 4 hour. So 4 hours, obviously, since we've made new highs, we broke the previous highs, and we're still maintaining this uptrend structure on the 4 hour time frame. So if we can continue up, now we do have PPI in 40, 20, 50 minutes. We do have PPI in 50 minutes. Now I said yesterday PPI makes new highs, right? I don't know if PPI makes all-time new highs, but previous PPIs we have like had good pushes up. So 4 hour bullish. I want to see this 4 hour break above this resistance. Unfortunately, that's gonna happen. We've got the news to come out, so we'll see what happens with that. But PPI usually follows CPI, and CPI was the numbers missed, which is pretty much, it was kind of a good thing for the economy. Inflation was down. We could get the same today. They could have overshot the expectations and the forecast. So again, that could be bullish for gold. And the reason why that's bullish for gold is because it's a trigger for the Feds to reduce the interest rates, which will decrease the US dollar and then increase, well, the valuation of gold. So that is PPI. So I really want, ideally, I want a closure above, sorry, 33.83. Hopefully we get that push from news. So 30 minute, let's just look at where these levels are. I'll show you where I've got my levels. We've got 4 hour resistance here. Really, I want a closure above this one. But we did break that one already. So this is where I want the closure above. Yeehaw, hello, hello, hello. This is where I really want the closure above. And then hopefully we break 3,400. But with it being a psychological level and another push up, we could get a slight rejection again from the 2,400. So if we're not up there by news and news does push, I think we tap into 34 and see what happens after that. But the 30 minute, now I had some buys on this morning and I had 3 positions open, and where is it today? I had 3 positions, 1, 2, oh, that was from last night. Okay, yeah, 3 positions and about 200 pips each. So from once gold created this support here, so I got in at 33.60, 60.14 and 61.47. Yeah, so I actually took and 58.39. So this morning I was looking at gold and I was like, oh, gold is just ranging. And then I looked back. I wasn't even watching the charts. I was just watching the price at this point. And I saw the price in like the 50s. And I'm like, wait, I'm sure the price was just in the 70s. And then it was in the 40s. And I don't know what prompted this drop, but this was a 310 pip drop this morning. I didn't see what it was. Could be, I heard something about Iran threatening to missile the US. Trump talking about his tariffs as well, and I don't think the tariff stuff was anything, but he was talking about people that haven't initiated any tariff negotiation stuff. He was going to start sending letters out like a principal or something, and then so yeah, that was that. So 300 pip drop, and then price pushed up. When I saw it closed above this resistance, I was thinking break and retest. We had this strong, so this was like another 100 odd pip push up. This candle here formed a support, 130 pips, and then I took an entry. It was 60.14. Took an entry at the break of this high, price pulled back. I took another entry on the way back up. So once this candle here closed weak bearish, this candle started to push up. I was thinking continuation pattern, so I took another entry around here because it was 58.39. Yeah, so about, yeah, took an entry as this candle was pushing up and the daily flip bullish. And then I took another entry at the break of this high, 61.47 to be precise. And then I held and got out at 33.82. So around here, 33.82.23, literally got out here. So yeah, about 200 pips, 600 pips in total. So yeah, it was a nice morning. It was a nice morning, definitely. And I was just cautious why I got out here. Even though I think price is going to continue up, I just wanted to be in a fresh trade for the stream. And obviously it was approaching this 4-hour resistance as well. So we had one 4-hour resistance a bit lower, but this one I was looking out for. Definitely. Alright, pound yen. Now pound yen, we had news today. We had Gbpjpy GDP, which came out lower than expected, way lower than expected. So it was forecast to be minus 0.1% month over month, and it came out minus 0.3%. So it's going backwards. That was very bearish for the pound, and that's because, not because the economy isn't doing great, but that will influence the Bank of England to continue reducing interest rates, which in turn will reduce the value of the pound, which will make it bearish. So we had the news right here at 7. And do you know what? I might have to start streaming GDP news again, because the second time this happened, when we had jobs day on Tuesday, we had a closure below. Now this would have been the closure below at 6:30. Support here, closure below, and then for news, break of the low, and then just continue pushing down. So that would have been essentially, so only 30 pips, but still I would have taken that 30 pips. Quick. I used to do really well with the pound news when I was streaming London session, so might get back into that, guys. I'm gonna have to start having some early nights again, you know. But that was a nice little drop down today, and now it looks like pound is going to be retracing. But let's just go back to the daily. So the daily's bearish still. Now pound yen, I started this week quite bullish on GJ because we closed the week right by the resistance, but then that should have been another sign. This resistance cannot be broken. It's just not pushing above it. 196.2. It's a very strong resistance. As you can see, we've had so many rejections from here. 1, 2, 3, pretty much 4 now. So we're just, but it's ranging. We're still within this range. The structure is still bullish on pound yen. We've still got higher lows. We've got a resistance here, but at any point through, as long as we get a support above 193.5, we're still making higher lows. But if GJ was to pull back, I would expect it to pull back to, you know, to stay above this level here. So that's always going to be my first target for sells, and then hopefully a break of 196 eventually. But 4-hour, current 4-hour is bullish. See, we respected the previous 4-hour low, so I think it could just be making a top wick. We need to see what happens for PPI, because GJ will be affected by PPI. But if we create a support, then I think we continue back up to retest 196.1, and then, you know, we're just going to stay in this range until we get a major catalyst, which could potentially be next week, because next week there's pound CPI, and I'm sure there's 2 lots of high impact pound news next week. So we have a, just go back, 4-hour. So we've got the 4-hour support right here, as you can see, which the 4-hour is respecting. And then we've got pretty much, looks like the start of uptrend structure, or we could just be making a little pullback to then continue down. But I think we should get some volume coming with, like I said, PPI. We should get some volume coming to the market for sure. And unemployment claims, but the PPI mainly will be the news. Rosie, what's up? What's up? Good afternoon. But yeah, to get into some gold buys, let me add. Got a resistance here, so maybe break and retest. We get a support forms, continue pushing up. That would be great. In the meantime, let's see what happened during the last PPI, which was, when was it? May the 15th. Came out 0.2, forecast was 0.2, and the actual was minus 0.5%. So May 15th, 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. Okay, so this was PPI last month, which missed, and price was bullish, and we had a push up for the rest of the day. So this is the PPI candle. 82 pips. 82 pips, not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's see, were there any setups beforehand? Any setups? No, but price was slowly trickling up. Price was trickling up, so we kind of price is trickling up today. Well, it's not even trickling, price is pushed up. Wasn't yesterday a horrible day for price action? Wait, let me put my headphone in and shut my window 1 sec. Yesterday was a very, very horrible day for price action. Super terrible day. Just recap how bad of a day yesterday was. Put the chat up here so I can see it easier. Alright, we're good. So yesterday after CPI, I was looking for a push up, right? I was looking for a push up on gold because CPI was lower than expected, although still above the 2% target. Fine. We did get the initial spike up, but it didn't continue. The daily flip was actually down here somewhere. So the daily flip, say the daily flip was, this was the daily flip. Alright, I'm just gonna mark it. And I was watching gold because I was like, why is gold not bullish right now? I was baffled, I'm not gonna lie. I was waiting for the setup for the push back up, and it was slowly trickling down. It's trickling down, you know, created a double top. It finally broke below this support that was holding all day. It was holding. We broke, tapped the daily flip, and then 7 o'clock gold pushed over 200 pips. Crazy. 200 pips, then we got a continuation pattern, and then it slowly pushed up. So I'm not gonna lie, I actually took a trade very late yesterday, and it was against my rules, but I was determined to take a gold trade because I'm like, gold is bullish. Like, what are we doing down here? So I got in on this candle here, and I wanted a wick fill. I didn't want a wick fill. And one thing I was very aware of was Wednesday you have triple swap fees. Triple swap fees, which are huge. They're huge, triple swap fees. Depending on the size of your lot, but you know what I mean. It was I won't say a lot of profits, but then I had to wait for it to push up. So once this candle opened, it gapped up. So I was watching. I was very grateful for this gap up. It gapped up, and then I got out about 70.82. 70.82. So yeah, but I was like, yeah, I'm getting out because it's midnight and I don't want to be watching the charts no more. But yeah, I couldn't believe it took so long for gold to push, but it finally did push up. But very annoying. So today now I think we're going to get the same kind of, not exactly the same thing, but I think gold continues bullish. So for PPI I'm looking for a retest somewhere. I don't think it comes all the way down to retest this resistance again, but I think maybe the daily flip if it drops, but definitely a push up. That's what I'm looking for on gold. But man, horrible price action. Horrible price action. And GJ was pretty much the same. Like, just up and down. Not nice price action. This whole week really hasn't had much great price action. Now this move here, this was actually this was a shame I didn't take this move on Tuesday because this was clearly a closure above. It happened right before I got off the stream and I didn't take it, but I did put it in my journal because we were pushing up from a higher time frame level, which is textbook for pound yen. It's a textbook move, closure above, push up. See, it does move a bit slower than gold, but I mean, taking it to the highs would have been about 46 pips, 46, 47 pips. So yeah, always journal the trades that you miss. Always journal the trades that you miss. Get familiar with it so you don't miss it again, and put the reasons why you missed it too. You said I caught those buyers, to be honest. Oh man, nice. Very nice. Alright, gold. What's this 1 hour looking like? Beautiful continuation pattern on gold. Beautiful continuation pattern. Yeah, I think gold pushes up to at least 3,400 today. Alright, so we've got a new hour candle starting now. We're going to continue this little pullback or create support. Now we already got a retest of this broken resistance. Let's see what happens with gold today. Catch some more of this push up. If it wants to give us some. Alright, if gold respects this previous low, then I think we get a support to go up. How far are we? How big is this candle? 100 pips. Gotta make a little bottom wick. But I mean, if it does pull back from here, it would make sense because it's from a 4-hour resistance. You know, it would make sense. Oh, we're already coming down pretty quick. It would make sense to come down from here. Pound yen doing? Are we still pushing up? Pound yen looks good, to be fair. A little closure above. But I think I'm just going to wait for news now. I think I'm just going to wait for news before I take anything. You know what? Pound yen's gonna stay bearish. I'm looking for a retest, maybe. So retest of 195.4 up here to give it a little bit more of a push and then come back down. Since, you know, we've broken a previous daily low already. I think this could be a 4-hour top wick and then we flip bearish and then drive down. I'm in two minds, but we are pushing up from a 4-hour support and we did hold above this 4-hour support. Yeah, GJ's just in this range, isn't it? Let me chill on pound yen. See if gold creates a little support for us. Alright. See if we can catch some more of these gold buys. Hopefully we have a better session than yesterday. And it's not going to be a super late move. Let's see what gold looks like. Gold weekly candle. Wow, see, look, it's already filling last week's wick pretty much. Daily structure is still nice and bullish. We just need to break this resistance here. Alright, let's get these buys in. Don't give us a nice closure. If you get a setup before news, would you use a buy stop? It kind of depends on what news it is. But I think I get slipped when there's not even news. So I'm not sure if, I don't think it would be, I think I'd get super slipped if there was news and then price like pushed up, to be honest. So no, I would say no, I wouldn't. Only time I would use a buy stop is if I was using the 15-minute time frame. So I had the initial news push at the half hour, and then I wanted to get in, you know, to jump in on the volume. Then I would look at placing a stop order using the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, that's it. I think it's easier with pound yen. Pound yen's just a little bit slower, but with gold, most likely manual entries if I did want to take a trade using the 15-minute. Yeah. But obviously I'll talk about exactly the setup that I'm looking for and all of that. And look at this continuation pattern's playing out nicely on the 1 hour. Oh, it's actually very perfect. Would have to pretend this is not there, but we've got the closure above, the retest, respect to the previous low. Using a 1 hour, the entry would be as soon as the candle opened. just over 18 minutes until news. In fact, let's look at GJ and see if pound yen had a little effect from PPI, which it did. May 15th. Pound yen whipsawed. Whipsawed, closed bullish, and then continued to sell. Okay. What are the actual numbers? Are they expecting 0.2% again? Yep. So they're always expecting 0.2%. This is going to be interesting. See Goldie. So we tapped into this resistance and we're having a tiny little pullback. Yeah, very strong level here. Very strong level. Look how much times we've come up into here and then pulled back. But I think PPI could break it, to be honest. I think PPI could be the one to push gold, break this level. Oh, little 40 pip pullback, 30 pips. Alright, 15-minute candles, closing week bullish. Is this 15 going to create a lower high? Still going to pull back a little bit more? Maybe. We're pretty much in the middle of this 1 hour candle. GJ. So yeah, pound yen, I would like a retest, or I mean, even for sells, I'd have to wait for it to close below this support, 194.83. Yeah, I need a drop below there. yeah, I wouldn't even though I want gold buys, I wouldn't even know where I would put my sell stop. Ideally a closure above here, like if it pushes up before the news and then closes above, but I don't think I'll be able to, I'm not sure how quick it will stop moving before the news actually comes out, obviously because of spread and then prices jumping. So maybe above this bearish candle, maybe above the high. But yeah, I can wait. I'll probably wait for the 145 candle. 145 candle. Hopefully we get a better opportunity than yesterday, because we had that push up, remember, on the 15, no bottom wick, and then the next 15 didn't even try to push up. It just dropped straight back down in the range, straight back down into this range, and just play the range. Yesterday was yesterday. I was surprised to see that late gold push. Girl, me too. Me too. I messaged my friend. I was like, you see gold? Gold just pushed 200 pips. I'm like, what the fuck? Whenever I see big moves like that, I start looking at the internet. I start looking at news. Like, what happened? Who said what? Why is this happening? Obviously, I was anticipating that gold was going to push up anyway, because of CPI, but I didn't expect it to happen right before market closes. That didn't make no sense to me. Alright, so we got COMEX. Alright, so the 15 didn't break the previous high, pushing down. Okay, 15 flipping bullish again. I wonder if we get a little push up before the news. So yeah, if we get that closure above, that would be great. That would be great. Because that was missing. That's what was missing yesterday. We did start pushing up. Remember, we were expecting this support down here, making higher lows. Retests, strong push up right before the news. Looks like that's what we might be getting today. Right, do you know, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Okay, we're still good there. Had a bit of a lag. Still good, we're still good. Stream's like 20 seconds behind, if that. 15 seconds. Oh, I didn't do a poll. What do you think is going to happen for the news? Should I do a quick one? Can I make it? I don't know if I can make it. Let's do it, let's do it. Let's just do gold. Cast your votes now. So what will happen for PPI today? Gold buys, gold sells, or both? What do you guys think? Alright, we've got 4 votes so far. Okay, we've got 1 for gold sells, 2 for gold buys, 1 for both. Interesting, interesting. Interesting. Find out in 4 minutes, or less than 3 minutes. Benny, I'm taking a 1 hour break. As in the 1 hour break of this high. Yeah. Okay, okay. I mean, I could see it because the continuation pattern will be playing out, and it pretty much looks like it is already. It would be nice if price actually broke above this resistance before that before the news at least. But yeah, just to me it just looks like this 4 hour resistance is kind of holding at the moment, but it could push, it could push. But we've got some nice structure formed on a 15-minute time frame, so I think a continued push up looks good for gold. 2 minutes to go. I haven't really taken many trades on stream this month so far. I think most of the trades have happened beforehand. See, this is what I don't like about, well, not what I don't like, but when it comes to news, we're at a higher time frame key level. We haven't broken it, so in my gambling days, I'll be taking sells from here. When I used to take my news gambles. Alright, let's see what we got. In fact, I want to check the... Let's see how the results come out. I still think we get a push, to be fair. Oh, it's a very small push. So it came out 0.1%, so it still missed as expected. So we're getting a gold push. We're getting a gold push. There we go. Continuation patterns gonna play out. Lovely. Fill this wick. 123 pip stop loss. I cannot. Love to see where this candle closes. Oh, pushing back down. Looks like the gold buyers have it for now. Okay, majority went for the gold buyers. Good job, guys. Good job, good job. Right, but are the buyers gonna continue though? That's the thing. What did pound yen do? Pound yen fell. DXY continuing down. I mean, DXY is so bearish. Yeah, gold should continue up. Should continue up. Just give us a closure now. Yeah, I'm not going to wait for the 15-minute, but if this 30-minute candle, if we finally break above this resistance, this 4-hour, I'm definitely looking at some buyers up. Okay, no, should be getting a bottom wick. Give us a bottom wick. A bottom wick now would be better if the buyers are going to continue up, because then we know it doesn't need to come back down for one like yesterday. Yesterday when gold pushed up, there was no bottom wick. it came and made one immediately. So I wouldn't even mind if this 30-minute created a little one and then closed above and then pushed up. So yeah, this is good. This is good. How this 4-hour candle closes is going to be super important as well. Do you know when it was super important too? Was it? Yeah, it was here. Do you remember this day? Last Thursday? Last Thursday, we had this massive push up and then price came back down and closed below this 4-hour level. And then the next 4-hour just dropped. So how the 4-hour closes definitely is a good indication of, you know, what price might do. It's definitely become a main focus for me. 4-hour candles, respecting resistances, creating levels, breaking previous highs or lows, structure. Mainly for NY session. Gold to 3400s. I hope so. I hope so. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Continue push up. Come on, it's one. I was very close to filling the wick. Hopefully this current candle doesn't push up too much and close our gap. You know what, buys on the next 15 don't look bad at the moment. Should get a shorter stop loss as well. As soon as I said that. As soon as I said that. Yeah, gold is gone. You're in. Oh, you did want to take the 1 hour highs, innit? Not bad if you use the current 15 as a stop loss, 72 pips. That's decent right there. I hope gold runs for you. I do want to see this current 15-minute behave better than yesterday's. So in 5 minutes, that next 15-minute candle, I want to see a bottom wick, break the high and continue up. But what's good about this push is it's not as high as yesterday's push up. It's not as high as yesterday's push up. Gold better push. I know that's right. I know that's right. Yeah, I think gold keeps on going. And another thing is there's no like obviously yesterday there was that tariff news. Those talks got wrapped up. So I think that was kind of that was contradicting what was going on with CPI a little bit. But I don't think there's going to be anything come out today, or you never know, but it's not really looming over us right now. Which is great. What's this 15-minute candle gonna do now? Gonna give us that bottom wick. If it breaks the high, yeah, I probably will take some buys, because then I think it will definitely close above this 4-hour level here. Yeah, I wasn't sure before, but I kind of like how this 15 minutes looking. Strong bullish candle. Alright, just need a little top wick, and then I'm going to take the break of this high. See if we can snatch a couple pips. I'm aiming for 3,400, but I need just a little bottom wick first. Alright, let's lock in. Let's lock in. Alright, we've got a little bottom wick. Little buy stop. It's a bit higher on my broker. 90.49. Let's get it. $90.5 to be precise. It's the exact entry. Watch me get slipped. This bottom wick is nice. I said, you know, I'm getting a deja vu. This is exactly what happened yesterday. I'm like, yeah, it's a nice bottom wick, and then it just fell out of the fucking sky. So I hope it's not the same as yesterday. Girl, me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. We could be getting a retest before it pushes up. Who knows? But the only way I'll be getting in is if we re-break. Well, if the 30-minute breaks its own high, and I'll see the 15-minute breaks that previous high. That'll be wonderful. Wonderful. And then I'm going to use this 15-minute candle low as a stop. So, you know, about a 50 pip stop loss. 50 pip stop loss. But then we also need to survive the next 4-hour candles bottom wick as well. So if we get entry in a nice push, yeah. But if we don't get in before this 4-hour candle closes, I'm going to remove my stop loss, and then I'll wait for that 4-hour bottom wick. Possible continuation pattern. I mean, if you get a continuation pattern as well, that's good. I'll still be looking for my buys, because that means we'll have the closure above the resistance, and then the next candle also closing above the resistance. So yeah, that either way, that'll be good. Goldie. I mean, this isn't a bad thing. Well, GJ pushed up, didn't it? Do not give us a repeat of yesterday. Can't even read that there. Sometimes price retraces 15 to 20 after news. Let's see. PPI is that retracement news, isn't it? Isn't it? You're right, Ash. But like I said, if it gets too close to this candle closing and it hasn't pushed, then I'm gonna wait for the 4-hour bottom wick. It is that retracement news. Let's put my phone on charge. Let's see what kind of resistance we get on the 4-hour, if we get one. I mean on the 15-minute, sorry, if we get one. We really just need to close above 33.83. Looks like we might get tapped in, to be fair. I think we can get a little, just a little push. I'm looking for at least 1-to-1. If we do get a push, little 50 pips. Just a little 50 pips. Alright, so I'm gonna remove this buy stop just because we're getting a bit too close to the candle closing, and I want to survive the 4-hour. I would want to survive the 4-hour bottom wick, you know. So yeah, I kind of wanted it to push up a little bit, well, sort of be in the trade already with price pushing up. But it's just taking a bit long. It's not breaking this previous high, so I'm gonna leave it. Gonna leave it for now, and then see if we can get a setup in the next 30 minutes. But yeah, look, we're not breaking this high. This 50-minute is not breaking this previous high at all, is it? And then the next 4 hours, got open, make a bottom wick. Like the volume for the news, if it was going to continue pushing up like straight away, it should have already broken the high, you know, and kept on going. Benny's saying continuation pattern. It would be nice. It would be nice. Even if the next 4 hour just retests this resistance, like wicks it, and then flips to push up. That'd be beautiful. That'd be beautiful. Go on, don't break the high now with bloody 3 minutes to go. Terrible price action over that side. So GJ, I'm not even close to any setups on pound yen. I was looking for a closure below the support if it's going to keep pushing. Don't have a resistance to look for a breakout, but ideally want to retest anyway. So still looking for GJ to push up a little bit. But I love that this continuation pattern played out on the 1 hour. This was nice. This was nice. This was nice. So from this entry here, probably been about 100 pips. Yeah, look, would have got to about 100 pips. And I start taking those more often. But it's just right before news as well. It's a bit, you know, into this 4 hour resistance. But it played out. It played out. Alright, so it looks like we're going to get the closure above on the 4 hour, which is great. Which is great. So we wouldn't have got an entry on the 15. Did get the continuation pattern. Did get the continuation. So if we get a 30-minute bottom wick and then we break this high, yeah, I'll be looking for some buyers now. We're back. Pretty much, I'm going to put my entry at the same place that it was before. 30, let's do 89.5, 90.5, sorry. See if we get a cheeky 50 pips. We've got the lovely 1 hour pushed up continuation pattern. I think we continue up. I think we continue up a bit. As long as we break this high, we break in the 4 hour highs as well. Would like a bit more of a 4 hour bottom wick, not gonna lie. But I think if we break, we get a bit of a push, and if it comes back down afterwards, hopefully we'll be out by then. But I'm going for at least 50 pips. All these songs sound like other songs. Alright, been entered in. Damn, got tapped in. Actually slipped in my favor for once. Actually got slipped in my favor, imagine. Alright, so I'm in a trade here. Doing use the previous 15. It's about here. It's just over 50 pips. Aiming for 2400. Nice little continuation pattern. Got closure above. Let's go. So we've broken the 4 hour highs, 1 hour highs, 30-minute highs, closed above 4 hour resistance. Lovely clean range to the left. I don't see why gold doesn't continue. I don't see why not. Right, gold, let's go. Alright, we're up 20 pips. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, just hit 30 pips. The road to 3400. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Dum dum. Shit, my Xbox turned off. I know what that controller is. Oh, back down to 10 pips. Gold, you're going the wrong way. Dun, dun. It's nearly back at the candle open. See, what would happen to me normally is I would have closed partials at like 30 pips, moved my stop loss to break even, and then been slapped out. Price would have come down, slapped me out, and then continued pushing. Always used to happen. Always. But now I want to be closing full positions. I either take the loss. I mean, if it was 100 pip loss, 100 pip stop loss, I would have my, if it was 100 pip stop loss, then I would probably close partials at like 50 pips. So I'm not taking the full loss, but to be honest, a 50 pip loss isn't really that bad. It sounds crazy to say, but I can actually take a 50 pip stop loss, you know? Especially after today's win, I can take a 50 pip stop loss. Come on, Goldie. Just give us that push. Just a little 50 pip push and just let us be done with this trade. Oh, Benny, you got a better entry than we did, didn't you? You got in at the break of this 1 hour high. So yeah, you're still good. You're still good. You're still nice. You're nice. Did your trade hit 50 pips? What did it get to? Get to 50? Ba, 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 bum. It did. Okay. Wouldn't be gold if there wasn't pullbacks. Oh look, DXY is pushing up a little bit. Just a little bit. $85. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, so it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Might be making a longer 4-hour bottom wick. So stop loss is about 33.85. 33.85 point. No, mine's like just above 33.85, like 0.0 something. 0.02. Bum 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 bum. Oh man, we got to 30 pips. Just wasn't enough. There's no point closing 30 pips with a 50 pip stop loss. There's just no point. Got to at least take a 1-to-1, you know? I think that's it. Got stopped out. Boo. I hope it's not just retesting. Oh, we might be getting the same thing as yesterday. Could you imagine? It just falls out the sky like yesterday did. Or it could just be a retest, but or 4-hour bottom wick. Who knows? Now I just have to wait for some more information. Now I gotta wait for some more. I don't know if we get the same thing as yesterday. Let's see. But I mean, if we break this, I don't think we come down and retest this resistance. I don't think. But if we break below this minor support here, or if we do break below this resistance, then we probably will get a sell to come down. We might retrace this push up, but if we hold above, then this is still good. If we hold above, but I'm still thinking this is a 4-hour bottom wick, to be fair. It's unfortunate we only got to 30 pips. Oh, did we break that 30-minute low? Yeah, I'm glad I had the stop loss where I had it, because I mean, if we used the 30 pip, it still would have hit. I mean, the M30 low, that would have been a 90 pip loss. Now, would I give this trade a second chance? I would give this trade a second chance. I would. let's see. If this 15-minute candle closes back above and makes a nice strong support, I'd probably be looking for buys on the next candle up. Now, if this 15 breaks this low, I think, yeah, I think I'm going to get a bit more of a pullback. Or we could be getting that PPI retracement. But to be fair, like, the actual PPI news didn't really push up much. Okay, I'll take that back. It was 90 pips. 90 pips. I don't know. I am still bullish on gold, just based on the fact that it closed above this 4-hour resistance. And gold is super bullish. And we broke the previous day's high, and the structure is pretty up there. I'm still looking for some gold buys. But now, if I do get anything, and I'm not going to wait for the 15-minute, I'm going to wait for the next 30 minutes. I want to see how this 30-minute candle closes. If I get a weak bearish candle and a continuation, then I'll be taking buys on the next 30-minute. As soon as it opens, if I get a continuation pattern, kind of like this 1-hour one, as soon as it opens, just take the entry. But if for some reason gold decides to retrace some more and it closes back below this resistance at 33.75, then I think we'll retrace this push up. We don't have a bottom wick on this 9 o'clock candle from this morning. It just pushed right up. So for this to be a fake out and it closes back below, because this was quite a strong resistance here this morning where we dropped from, so I'll be looking at sells below 33.75. But if we hold above 33.85, then I'm looking for more buys up later, at least a retest of 3400. Yeah, but I do want to see what happens at 34, see if we get another rejection at 3400. So that'll be interesting to see. On GJ, I'm still looking for a closure below 194.8 or a retest of 195.4 for sells. If pound yen pushes up, if pound yen breaks this previous high, to me it's just sideways. It's just a lot of sideways movement for pound yen. So I mean, I think there's a high probability that it retraces, to be fair, and it stays bullish and it stays playing within this 4-hour range that's right here. So this, from this 4-hour low to these 4-hour highs, I think it plays the range, to be honest. So I'll most likely leave pound yen, because by 4 o'clock it kind of dies down. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it here for now, because I need to wait for this 30-minute candle to close. But I have stuff to do. I actually have stuff to do. I have a funeral reception to go to in 2 hours. So yeah, I'm going to go head out to that. But I will be watching the markets as I'm getting ready. I want to see how this candle closes. Let's see how this candle closes. It's a shame about this push up, man. Shame about this push up. And we got to 30 pips and then pulled back. Now obviously I want to be closing full positions, not closing partials. So even moving the stop loss to break even there it kind of would have been the same thing without taking the position of the table. So yeah, might tweak it. We'll see. But yeah, guys, back tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Consumer sentiment, but that's at 3 o'clock, so won't be on stream for that. Oh, well, hopefully we don't get a range before that. But yeah, peace out, guys. See you tomorrow.